for another edition of Shorebirds Sit Down. My name is Justin Ayers. Today I'm joined by a very special guest, Shorebirds manager Kyle Moore. Kyle, the Shorebirds team this year has set a franchise record for wins in a single season. What can you attribute all this success to?
Well, there's a few things. I mean, I think we've had really talented players this year. I think that's where it all starts. I think we had an awesome staff that showed up every day and try to make every single player on our roster better. And with those two things combined, we created an environment where the players can succeed.
Now, as a manager, one of your main jobs is to put guys in positions where they can succeed. How easy was that this year, given the amount of talent you've been given?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's ever easy because I think some people say, wow, well, man, you got all these good players, but I think there's still a certain amount of spots you got to put them in, and there's certainly a mindset that we sort of create here that's not where there's no complacency. There's no one hit in the first inning doesn't mean you can relax now for the next 3 at-bats.
Now, as a former catcher yourself, how excited were you to see that Adley Rutschman was called up this week?
I mean, I was pumped. I mean, I can't say I was anything other than pumped. And the guy's the first overall pick. He's a catcher. He's the best player on the board by far. Everybody had him like that. So overall, just excited to just put eyes on the kid and say, I mean, what does this look like? What does a 1-1 look like? That's a switch hitting catcher. That's the best amateur player in the country. And boy, did he not disappoint last night, man. He absolutely threw a rocket behind the plate.
He got him by a mile. Adley Rutschman throws out Ji-Hwan Bae. And it wasn't even close.
Extremely impressed with how he catches the ball and handles the staff.
I want to switch gears briefly and talk about you for a second. As a former catcher yourself, you went to play at the University of Alabama catcher for 4 years, but I was seeing that baseball might not have been the only sport in your life back at that point. Is it true you set the Alabama's private school record for passing touchdowns?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I had a pretty good high school football career. Had a chance to go play in college a little bit. To this day, sometimes I kind of wonder what would have been like if I went and played at some colleges that I had an opportunity to play at. Football was one of my loves and one of my passions, and as I look back on my life, I think, man, football really helped me in baseball. It helped me do everything, not sport-specific movements. It helped my arm strength. It helped my mental toughness. It helped my aggression. Football's really different than baseball, and a lot of the lessons that I learned in life came on the football field, practicing all week long and then playing on Friday nights.
So after college, you were signed as an undrafted free agent with the Orioles. You were backup catcher for even here in Delmarva for a brief period. But what was that day like after those couple seasons where you realized that the dream of playing for the majors wasn't necessarily going to pan out?
That dream sort of ended for me once I got here and I saw what a first, second, third rounder looks like that's already 18 years old, that's playing at the level that I'm playing at right now. So I think that dream kind of fizzled as soon as I saw that. But like I tell a lot of people, I mean, there's a certain pride you play for. When you play the game your whole life and you play the game for so long, there's a certain pride at just saying, I'm going to play the game at the highest level I can play at. And I don't care what that level is. I don't care if it's A-ball or rookie ball or ends up being double or triple A or where it ends up being. I'm going to run this course and I'm going to run it out to the final, till somebody rips the jersey off my back is what I always tell our guys. And I would advise that to anybody. Make them take the jersey off your back because you only get one chance to play.
Now, I guess it was the love of the game that kind of kept you in the sport after your playing days are over. I saw that in 2012 you came back to Delmarva as a strength and conditioning coach. What's one workout tip you could give me?
One workout tip?
Yeah.
Oh, wow. One workout tip is Rome wasn't built in a day. Working out's a marathon. It's a lifestyle. It's not something where you can go and do a certain set of a certain weight. And the second thing to play off of that is that great bodies are built in the kitchen, not in the gym.
How much can you bench, by the way?
Well, you know what? I don't train like I used to. At one time, I was in the 350s.
Nice.
I have so much other things. My phone starts ringing at 9 in the morning for stuff that you wouldn't believe. And so when I get to the end of the day, I don't really train as much as I should. Right now, I probably get up around 275, 280, something like that.
Everyone I've talked to this season has just raved about the clubhouse atmosphere and the great chemistry everybody has down there. What's it like being the manager of so many characters?
Well, that's one of my favorite parts about the job. I mean, being in the clubhouse, the camaraderie with other men, and just having an influence on their life is why I do this. And so when you get dealt a hand like we've been dealt here this year with so many fine characters that have resiliency and determination and perseverance and are serious about their career, it really makes that place a fun place to go. And there's never been a day where I've been like, man, I don't really want to go in the clubhouse today.
All right, we're gonna do some rapid fire questions and I'll let you get out of here. How many times have you gotten ejected from a game?
I don't know, probably 7 or 8. Probably 1 or 2 legitimate, and the other ones I should have never been ejected, but the umps, they get sensitive.
Does the fact that managers coach third base and they're clearly visible to the umpires make it harder to contain yourself when there's a bad call on the field?
No, I don't think so. I think it's harder to contain yourself in the dugout, really, because you feel like you can say anything you want.
What's one movie you've seen probably 100 times but never gets old?
Cinderella Man.
All right, so from talking to everybody on this team this year, I found out that a couple of guys on the team have some talents that may have gotten unnoticed. All right, so which is more likely to happen? You let starting pitcher Grayson Rodriguez hit? It's all a clip of your hitting. And first of all, you have some serious left-handed pop, by the way. Or you let outfielder Nick Horvath pitch. But who's one positional player that still thinks he can get out there and...
Oh, Nick Horvath. Every day he tells Kamo, let me throw a bullpen.
Horvath pitch, Grayson's a left-handed hitter, no chance that right arm's hanging over the plate.
So you're a ginormous Alabama football fan. I'm an Oklahoma football fan. First of all, Orange Bowl, that still hurts. How great will it be when Jalen Hurts wins the Heisman this year?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know that he's going to win the Heisman this year. I think there's some left-handed kid down in Tuscaloosa that's got probably a little bit better shot than he does.
Who's the most talented player you've either played with or coached?
Manny Machado would have to be the front runner. I think Adley Rushman and Grayson Rodriguez are going to be just like that, but I think Manny Machado is hard to beat.
What's the best piece of advice you've ever received?
My dad used to always tell me when I was a little kid through anything that ever came, never give up, never let up.
Kyle Moore, I appreciate your time joining me on this edition of Shorebirds Sit Down. Best of luck in the rest of the year and into the playoffs. So, thank you, sir.
Thank you guys for coming.